You able to see?
Yeah.
Okay. So the requirement planning. So anybody, I mean, okay, 1 second. I think I did not share. Okay, anybody can tell something about the requirement planning? Why do we need requirement planning?
Forecasting.
In future orders. Yeah, you go it.
Yeah.
Forecasting.
Okay. Yes. Forecast. Yes, you forecast. Yes. But what is basically requirement planning? What you are doing there? No idea? You know, but you're not able to
Yeah.
tell. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. The requirement planning actually, we keep the in article stock in our store. We are plan that one, and we are execute the sales order, and that is also we are plan the requirements.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Okay. It's out
Because
of something. Yeah. 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 Please.
Because of that, manufacturing process doesn't stop, like because of no stock. Like every time we will maintain a stock because of using that.
Okay. Good. You
I
are
think
saying.
replacement also is come because that is fulfill of our stock. If in case reduced stock, we are plan that one. We fulfill the stock in, we keep the quantity of how much quantity we required in particular article, like.
Yes. 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 Okay.
Shilpa, basically, it's about the how much require, what we require, when we require, like that only.
So why do you get this requirement?
For example, we get the requirement for sales order purpose, maybe in-house production, out-house production,
No,
whatever
no,
it may be.
and I do not want your manufacturing thing. I only want to tell me from retail point of view.
Just I'm saying about the MRP.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, you are from that, but we know the retail now, how the retail business works, right? So
Yes.
just try to assume why this requirement comes in retail.
So that the materials can
This we
be
have
available at required time,
Yes.
at
Yeah.
required place.
Okay. So why is this coming in retail? Why do we need this in retail, this requirement?
in retail, all the goods will be like fast moving now, right? Every time we have to maintain that reorder point so that
Yes, yes. Goods will be moving means what's happening? What is the process for that? Goods moving in what? Goods moving to where?
To sell to consumers.
consumer.
Yes. So what is that is selling. Because we are selling our stock goes down, the inventory comes down, and then we need to replenish that stock so that we maintain every time that particular stock is always maintained. Otherwise, if we do not maintain that, what happens? We'll not have the sale and we lose the business, right? Getting? So, if we see what is requirement planning, the role of requirement planning, what is the role? We have to make sure the availability goods for the recipient at the store level and therefore also for consumers. So when we do this requirement planning at the DC, we are making sure that the stock is always available at the store so that we will be able to sell to our consumers. We'll be able to meet the, requirement of our consumers. To ensure that requirement quantities can be determined and entered on time, certain activities. So how do we ensure this requirement planning? We need to have certain activities that have to be triggered in the system so that we'll make sure that always we have that particular stock in the system. So we need to keep monitoring our stock and we have to forecast the stock and we need to calculate the requirement quantities, and then we have to generate the follow-on documents like purchase requisition or so on and so forth, and then correspondingly purchase order. So basic thing is we need to monitor like how much stock we have, and we need to forecast how much sale I'm going to make, and are there any open purchase order for that. All this has to be considered, and then we need to calculate, and the system not exactly we, the system has to calculate what is the requirement quantity for how much we have to raise a purchase requisition. So based on the certain parameters we input in our system, automatically system calculate how much is the requirement, and it will trigger the follow-on documents. So these activities, they are executed by automatic requirement planning. So as a result of requirement planning, purchase requisitions are generated. So later this gets converted into purchase order proposals. So what is if you see here, in our slide, see first at the distribution center, the requirement planning is done, and which in turn creates a purchase order to the vendor, and vendor delivers the goods at the store for which we receive delivery notification, and then against it inbound delivery we create GR, and then we do invoice verification. So actually why the distribution center has to send a PO to the vendor, because the system at the head office, the system is automatically calculated that there is a requirement at the particular store. That's why I need to raise a PO to the vendor. So requirement planning, what's the purpose? It's an automatic process for supplying merchandise at a site level. So basically here, nobody from the store is interfering with the distribution center for the whatever, like I need this stock. Nobody is sending any information. The system itself calculating automatically what is the stock needed for the store, and based on certain criteria like the system monitors the stock and various other parameters, and it calculates the stock required at the distribution center. So from the store, the requirement is going to the distribution center and to the vendor, and from vendor the merchandise is coming to the DC, and from DC to the store. So if you see actually the requirement planning, for this article, a requirement planning, if it has to be carried out inside the system, we need to maintain the RP type. So as per the RP type, it will see what are all the consumption values for that particular article, and so on, and 10 like this is, and 10 and so on date, this is 987. Quantities are SKUs sold. On 11th, it's like 1000 SKUs. On 12th, it's like 1251. So it has the consumption values. Based on these consumption values, it will forecast how much it is needed for the future. So the requirement planning is run, and then the purchase requisitions are set. So if you see the requirement planning here, so basically, if you see there are different types of requirement planning. One is we do total planning, another one is partial planning. So what happens in terms of it's a total planning. So here all the entries are read from a planning file, and requirements are planned for articles. Actually in requirement planning, we will be getting a planning file. So in the planning file, we will have all the articles. So in terms of total planning, all the articles requirement is read. The entries in the planning files are how the entries, if a planning file is created and it has an articles, how the articles are created in the planning file based on such like goods receipts, issues, changes in master data and sales order. Okay, based on all these movement types or whatever the business process happening, the system takes care of all these things, and then it will calculate the requirement needed for that particular article. So they can also be created manually. If you want, you can create a planning file manually, or use a planning cycle, define an article for which time phased is performed. Total planning can be triggered online or scheduled. There are some, it can be either automatically, and for some articles which are time phased, the planning delivery cycle will be the vendor delivers the stock every week.
Sifa,
Yeah.
please little bit slow, please.
Okay, okay. Sorry, guys. Do let me know. Yes. So I mean, if in suppose in terms of like time phase planning, you know how it is inside the and if you see logistic DC, and these are all parameters, you know, we maintain in logistic DC and logistic store of the article master. So in terms of like there's another thing called time phase planning. It means what the vendor delivers the stock every week on a particular day that we maintain in the article master logistic DC or store. Whenever that comes, accordingly the purchase requisitions, the planning cycle runs. I mean, and then purchase requisitions are sent to the customers. Sorry, vendors. That is like it happens for all the articles in terms of total planning. But if it's a partial planning here, the requirements planning is carried out only for individual article or only like certain number of articles from a particular vendor. Like if there are like 100 entries in a planning file, we do not carry requirement planning for all of them. We only select a few articles which are corresponding to vendor. Suppose there may be articles in a planning file which are very fast moving. So for that, we need to be very cautious and we need to make sure always the stock is maintained. So in that case, we can do a partial planning only for those articles. Okay. So again, as the subsequent documents of replenishment or requirement planning, we get purchase requisitions are created. Okay. See the basic, the RP type, which is inside the article master, it plays a very key role in requirement planning. Okay. It will control whether a forecasting needs to be carried out or not. So most of the time, if you see when we are creating the article master, right? What was that we were giving?
NB something.
ND, very good. ND we were. So it means we are not defining. So whatever, if we are defining there, it means the plan RP, the replenishment or requirement planning happens only based, main important key role is based on the RP type. Okay, a purchase requisition what is basically generated as a result of the requirements planning. So as you do the requirement planning, the purchase requisitions are generated. So there are exceptions are requirement plannings for perishables, replenishment and investment buying. These methods normally result in generation of purchase orders. So the perishables which see purchase, in case if you see, you may have an idea why do we have to raise direct purchase order for these perishables and some investment buying. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but perishables in the sense, see, if you see the turnover today, in some case purchase requisition is raised today, maybe like tomorrow or day after tomorrow it gets converted into purchase order. But perishables, this lead time is very less. I mean, they get, it has every day it's a fast moving, they can't stay for a longer time. So directly in this case, like the purchase orders are raised instead of purchase requisition, because every day the requirement changes for the perishables, right? So assignment of the RP takes place in the article logistic view, which we usually used to do. So if you see our slide 6, I think this, yeah. So there are different types of the requirement, which is based on the forecast and reorder point. This other one is which is only, okay, sorry, here only it is based on the requirement planning based on the forecast. So here what happens, if you see, the articles are planned using reorder plan planning. The reorder point and safety stock can be checked with each forecast run. So for articles using automatic reorder point planning, this is automatic reorder plan planning. Whatever articles are there, the safety stock can be checked with each forecast run and then adjusted to expected requirement accordingly. So what is a safety stock? Anybody, any idea what is safety stock?
Minimum stock which should be available at the store.
Yes. So at any point of time, we should be having that minimum stock at the store. Okay, so this reorder point and safety stock, whenever each forecasting happens, the forecast run happens, no, the system checks the reorder point and the safety stock, and then accordingly, and then adjusted to expected requirement accordingly. So for articles such as time phase planning, the forecast estimates the future requirements directly. But in case of time phased, it's not based on the reorder point or safety stock. So whenever the planning cycle comes, right, it automatically the purchase requirement planning runs and purchase requisitions are created. If the target stock, it has to be determined dynamically. A forecast is needed for replenishment. For everything, even if you have to maintain a target stock, every now and then the target stock keeps changing based upon when the sales happening. So for that also a forecast run has to be run for checking for for getting the replenishment, how much of the replenishment is needed to maintain the target stock. So we have various forecast models. These are like just know them not much in detail, like constant trend, seasonal model, and seasonal trend models. That's nothing much great about this. You just have to know. No more, we're not much using about these models and all. But in the system, let us see like business scenarios. Like suppose today is a Wednesday, is a day that you can place orders with your vendor. You therefore want your planning requirements for your distribution center with this vendor. Okay, we'll try to do this exercise in the system. So at least you'll come to know how the basic things set up. Okay. Let me open the system. Okay. This is the one. The role is to guarantee the role of what is the role of requirement is to guarantee the availability of goods for the stores. So and therefore for consumers. This is all we have read. And where is that exercise? Just a minute. Okay. So first thing is what are the MRP related settings we need to do. You want to find out like how certain articles in your distribution center are planned. You therefore display some settings for requirement planning in the site and the article master. Okay, pay attention to the validity areas in the header. First thing is how do you normally run requirement planning and forecasting for articles? These are the articles in your distribution center. How you are going to run your RP and you forecast the articles. So what are the basic data parameters you need to maintain? We have to go to article master, okay, and this DC view. Article master, this purchasing. Okay, so I am taking DC and this. Okay, so what is that we need to do now? So enter the article number code and select the logistic distribution view and see they have entered, like we need to enter RP type, what is the lot size, forecast model, and periodic indicator. If you see in our system, we have mentioned here ND. But since we have to calculate the requirement planning, we need to mention the RP type. So you can mention as time-paced or reorder point or replenishment planned externally. All these anything whichever is needed. Basically, I'm the order reorder point. Okay, and then you can maintain the reorder point. Lot size, forecast model, and periodic indicator. You see that? Lot size, like how you want to maintain extend lot for lot order quantity, or how you want to do the lot sizing. And then you what else you need to enter here is forecast model and periodic indicator. The forecast model here we have the, yeah. So constant model, trend model, seasonal model, and periodic indicator. What is that when you want to do monthly, weekly, daily, all this. Okay, so these are the main basic parameters we maintain to run an RP type. And use the RP forecast data push button to display additional information about the requirement planning and forecasting. Okay, so RP actually basically the consumption values, forecast values, all those things you enter here. See here, the main thing is it's not what data you are entering, but where and all these fields you are generally enter, where you have to maintain this, that is what is important. So maintain RP type, we have maintained as R2. Okay, and here you have where is the forecast and consumption values. Enter the MRP controller, it says. Who is going to do this? Because it is a time based, it is asking the planning cycle, or which is a planning calendar you need to send. Enter the forecast data for the new MRP type. Okay, now here what all we need to enter? Say forecasting parameters. Find the historical value that taken into consideration when running a forecast for article and the periods for which requirements have been forecasted. Historic periods and forecast periods. I don't know whether it is maintained here. See, historic periods, like we based on the historic periods, like 60 periods based on this based on, I mean, how the sales happening historically for the 60 periods, the system calculates for the 12 periods how much of the quantity it is needed. So we maintain all these historic periods and forecast periods. Okay, it is done, and now return to the logistic, and then we save it. Errors in posting. Storage location error. Oh, not allowed to maintain. Okay, we take another error. Another article. Can enter only reference points for generate articles. Okay, now again RP type will change it to. I just put it now RP, not R2. What is RP? I don't want to go for time paste. Where is RP? Yeah, just the replenishment. Yeah. Yes. Somebody having some doubt? Need to maintain lot size, this one. Periodic indicator and your forecast model. Forecast model. Without an external, no forecast. No, we maintain some like constant, it will be same. And then consumption values, forecast values and consumption, we go here. See, it's taking the period based on the MAD days, basic value, what is the this period, what is the consumption value, original forecast and corrected forecast. No forecast error message. We don't have any data, so it's not giving any forecast values here. This is a forecast results after running the RP. You see what is the consumption values on, see total consumption. Once the sales, you can, if you want, you can upload the consumptions. Once the sales happen, the total consumption values comes here. So we give forecast values and consumption. If you change this RP to MRP type, R1 auto reorder point, since that time what happens, you just see. It asks for MRP controller and it will ask for the planning cycle. It's auto reorder point. Okay, now see, here it's directly coming to for us to enter the forecast and consumption values. Where is that? Logistic DC1. Consumption values. So we need to enter what are the consumption values or what is the consumption happen. Okay. 1 second, DC. This is again a variant, that's a problem. Okay. Nine, it's a generic or variant. Somebody is changing this also. Now you can see logistic DC fashion. I can see here. You are making any changes to the system? Okay, this is logistic DC. Now we have the DC. We maintain automatic reorder point, which is R2 time based. Lot size is EX. We maintain. Periodic indicator is weekly. Okay. Forecast model is constant model. Okay, and MRP controller it will ask, so let's maintain that. And our planning cycle. And now let's see consumption values. So you need to upload all the consumption values for this DC. And what is the forecast? Corrected forecast. This is corrected value period to be based for later planning runs. You can make here manual changes to the forecast value corrected by the system. So if you actually had entire thing set up, then what happens, the system will give us the original forecast values. So if you feel that that's not correct or something has to be changed, you can give your corrected forecast values there. Okay, so that's one thing, because we're just trying to see the fields, we do not have exact things to work on here. And then now check the settings for the article in your distribution center. What are the difference, on what day the week articles for distribution centers are ordered, when are they delivered. you will find answer to the planning cycle and delivery cycle. When is your planning cycle and when is your delivery cycle? You need to check in your article master. That also you can see here itself. You will be having your planning as well as the delivery cycle, because all these are important for your forecast or to plan your requirement planning. This is your delivery cycle. When is your delivery cycle? Again, all these are maintained in the planning calendar. So plan delivery time. So delivery cycle, like every Wednesday, or when is your delivery? How much time, how many days it will take to deliver that particular stock, usually by the vendor or from the external procurement. And enter the distribution according to the following data is displayed. That's what they say. Forecast model, periodic indicator, planning cycle is like order days Wednesday and delivery cycle every Friday. How many historical periods? How many historical periods we are considered for calculating? In the initial time we have seen it has taken how many historical period and how many for how many forecast periods. Let's we select D. Logistic DC, in-house production dates. MRPL forecast data. If you see here, consumption values, forecast values. So basically, I mean, before we got that one, right? I'm not able to figure it out. Anybody check that we got the number of days and periods? I mean, number of consumption periods and forecast periods. Okay. Forecast values, it's coming directly like this. So then execute the requirement. Display the historical consumption values and the forecasted values for articles. So in the article master, the consumption values for article, these are at 1,152 pieces per week. The 12 forecast values are calculated, which are constant. Okay, 12 forecast values are which every week these many pieces are consumed. So go back to logistic DC center view in article. The consumption value for the article are constant at another article. They have taken two. For one of the article it's this one, another article is this one. So they got based on the historical values, they are arrived the consumption values. And they have taken how many periods for that is, I mean, 40 and 12 periods, I think, initially here. Historical period is 12 periods and the model is constant model. You see. Yeah, constant model. So it based on that historical period, your forecasting consumption values are calculated. For those forecasted consumption values, we will run the requirement planning. So how to run the requirement planning? So now you run the requirement planning for these articles, so that you need to order from vendor. Go to your purchasing. Not maintaining, I just wanted to show, that's all, because we do not have real setup of all this. Purchasing, requirement planning, So if you want to order by vendor, so purchase organization, and if you want to order by this vendor, and then you need to give for the DC, which are the articles and all. give your DC. So it's like create purchase requisition, schedule lines, create MRP list, and then you just please check input parameters. Okay. I don't think it will run because we did not maintain any values and all. But in general, if you maintain all the values and run here, then it will create it. Once you execute here, it will create the purchase requisitions for that particular. What happened? Somebody else logged in. Okay, so where were we? Purchasing, material requirement planning, planning by vendor. Yeah, MDW1. I don't know, in between it went off. What has happened? Sales or okay. Oh, see, it has calculated. So if we select all these, then let us select at least one. Let's see what happens. Planning and no suitable material was selected. Selecting, maybe these are not. Let us select all and see if at least one.
You are giving that or a replacement type ND, which means no planning, right?
No planning, right? Oh, sorry. Yeah. But in that case, actually, this plan it should not come in planning file only. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, maybe after once it comes, let us change for at least this article and see maybe. Logistic disease. They're all mostly 338 generic articles. 6161. I think this is one good article. Let's take that. Will maintain time phase planning. Okay. Enter loss. And delivery time is 0 for external plan. Delivery time maintain it as 5 days. Okay, now let's see. I don't know if it will work. Some errors. Okay, but 6162. Let me deselect all. Maybe I have to go back because I changed this. No, but then these are all RP type. Is there? It's still not coming. I don't know. least for this RP type it has.
It's not updated. Just to go back and try that again.
But already we have a couple of them RP also, right? Maybe I'll do that particular material. Let's see. I don't have that material. Okay, group, let me check. Okay, here also so many are there. ND is why? Okay, 6161 is still coming as ND only here. We changed this one, right? Why is it coming as ND? Okay, I think that's fine. Anyways, this is not that great important. We just try this one time and we'll move other things. Important things are there. I entered all. What happened to all this? EX. 01 planning cycle ZPC calendar. Okay. Do you wish the material first? Save? Yes. Okay, now let me see here. Think some errors, that's why it's not happening. Okay, there is some error issues or probably consumption forecast we didn't maintain, it's not happening. That's fine. It's not that great because anyway, most of times we don't do replenishment and all. But at least just keep an idea where we maintain those values like forecast, consumption in logistic DC as well as in the logistic store. Okay. So again, I mean, if you come to our slide, this is all we have seen. So requirement planning based on the reorder point planning. So reorder point planning, in this what actually happens is the available stock in the warehouse is compared with the reorder point. If the stock available in the warehouse is less than the reorder, then system will generate the order proposal. It is simple, understood from here only. Whenever in the warehouse the stock comes below the reorder point, then the system will generate a proposal. So how this reorder point is calculated based like safety stock and the expected average article requirements during the replenishment lead time. Meaning replenishment lead time, it means from the time you order till the time you get the stock, that is a lead time. So based on that, that is a safety stock which is needed. But the safety stock actually in the sense, the stock from the reorder point till you get the next delivery. That's the safety stock actually. Okay. As a result, what happening? The safety stock, existing consumption values or future requirement values and the replenishment lead time, they must be considered when reorder point is defined. So whenever you are defining a reorder point in your system, so as we have in our article master also, we have a reorder point to be defined. So these are all the calculations, you know, we have to do it behind the system. If you do not have a proper RP and then give inside the system. If we have an RP, I mean, see, RP replenishment or requirement planning, if you have an integration with the POS system, right? So the sales happen accordingly. I mean, that too sales of like past, I mean, 12 weeks or 3 months or 4 months, such type of historical data, if you have only, we can actually go and forecast in the system, but it is, since it's a dummy system and all, we do not have all those data. I'm sorry. So we do not have all those data. But we just have to know the concept. That's what is more important here. So when you are trying to calculate the safety stock, reorder point, you need to consider the safety stock, the consumption values, and what is your future requirement and your lead time. Then only you calculate your reorder point. That's where is reorder point planning. So what is the purpose of the safety stock? It means it will provide a buffer during the replenishment lead time. So replenishment lead time is, I have told, like the time you raise a prevo and till the time you get delivered. So in between that time, you need some stock. That is a safety stock. So if the consumption of the article is greater than expected, and if new deliveries of the article are delayed, so this safety stock is basically, suppose another thing is, if an article is having more consumption and deliveries are getting delayed, so you need to consider all those when you are trying to have your safety stock point. So as a result, existing consumption values or future requirements and reliability of the vendor or of production to deliver on time, all this must be taken in your considering when you are trying to calculate the safety stock, like whether the vendor delivers on time. So what are your future requirements? What are your existing consumptions? So you consider all these points and you arrive at your safety stock level. Okay. And one more thing, how do you calculate this requirement planning for a newly introduced article, or when there's a new product launch? Just think, guys. See, this is okay. You are having your RP is running for your old existing articles. You have their historical data you have in the system, so the system will know and it will calculate your it will forecast how much you need further. But what about for the new article?
It's using in promotions, I think.
Yeah, you use in promotion, but how should the system, how will the system calculate how much, how will you order it? See, okay, leave RP, just think without even RP. If you're trying to order a newly introduced article, how will you order, on what basis, how much quantity you have to order, how will you know? How the purchaser or merchandiser will know it's a new article now? So how much quantity he has to order approximately? He might not be 100% correct because it's a new one, but at least approximate, how will he decide? He will take the reference of the similar sort of articles. Like if I say a detergent in a detergent merchandise category, I'm introducing a new soap or a new shampoo. So he will consider basically how much is the consumption of those particular shampoo. So if a new brand is introduced, he will approximately order his stock. So he will take the reference of the similar sort of article. Okay. Getting? So the first one is we seen reorder point based on planning. So reorder point planning, the planning based on reorder point. So the next one is safety stock and reorder point. Suppose if warehouse were able to deliver a particular article 100% on time, this would mean that an appropriate safety stock of a significant volume and with all costs this involves would have to be retained in the warehouse because forecast errors cannot be excluded. The safety stock is dependent on the service level, replenishment lead time, the quality of the forecast expressed by the absolute deviation. So in this case, it means the safety stock, it's 100% sure that the warehouse is going to deliver this on time. There is no, I mean, time lagging, or there is no delays, nothing. So in that case, how it will calculate? In the first case, it will consider what are the deliveries and all those. Here, the particular article is 100% sure it's going to be delivered on time. So for articles without, there is no automatic adjustment of the reorder point here. Not only the safety stock, but also the reorder point is calculated. So that this reorder point is actually the sum of the safety stock and forecast requirement within the replenishment lead time. It's again the reorder point is again what is the safety stock and what is the requirement within the replenishment lead time. Suppose what happens when you remove the article from the stock, the system checks the static availability, namely the stock available at that particular point of time, not taking into future requirements. The static availability in the sense what stock is available at that particular point of time. It will not consider any future requirements. So it compares the remaining stock against the reorder point. If resulting is lower than the reorder point, the article is flagged for requirement planning. See, so what is the static availability means? At that particular point of time, okay, when there is a sale happen for that article, so what is the stock that is available? It will not consider any future requirements. Only that particular point of time, what is the stock available, and it compares this against the reorder point. Okay, so suppose I have an article of 10 SKUs at this point of time. Okay, and I had sold one article, then it means I have only 9 articles. So these nine SKUs, it compares against the reorder point. So my reorder point is 15. So there is, then it will not order. If the resulting stock, so it compares with the reorder point. If the resulting stock is lower than the reorder, so I have 9 in my, I have 9 SKUs with me. But my reorder point, what is my reorder point is if the resulting stock is lower than the reorder point. So reorder point, if it is lower, in the sense, my reorder point is 15. My stock I'm having is 9. Okay, the resulting stock is 9. So if it is lower than the reorder point, the article is flagged for requirement planning. The next time it runs a planning run, it carries out a purchase requisition and planned order is generated automatically. It means whenever whatever the stock I'm getting, if it is lower than the reorder point, then that article is flagged for requirement planning. You getting this one? You are understanding? See, 9 is the, if I have a 9 SKUs and my reorder point is 15, the difference one, it orders, it raises the PO. You are there, guys, or gone out because it's a theory you don't want to listen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so these are some, just keep in mind there are different ways how we calculate our reorder point and all. Just go through all of them. And one more thing is this time-based planning. It's basically time-based planning means you understand, on particular day, if a vendor is always delivering an article on specific day. So based on, every time at that particular point of time, a purchase requisition is raised and sent to the vendor. So for that, you need to maintain your RP type as time phased, and you need to maintain your planning cycle. If it is a time phased, you have to maintain the planning cycle. Okay, and the planning calendar you have to be, there should be a delivery time. When is the planned delivery times? All those things should be maintained when it's a time phased. Okay, all these things as we have seen, we give them in the article master. Okay. So basically on the time phase, you know, whenever the particular day comes, your planning cycle runs and it creates a purchase requisition to that vendor. So there are three things actually. One is reorder point and safety stock. Another one is time phased. Okay, this if you want you can do. So then if you come to the replenishment, what is the replenishment functions in SAP Retail? It is like you have to manage the flow of merchandise to stores. I mean, you are replenishing your stores with your stock. So as with other requirement planning methods, the same like the control parameters used in replenishment. So the replenishment basically we define at a store or article level. So requirement planning is basically a DC and replenishment we basically do at store level. Okay, how the parameters are set. Replenishment is run as two processes. One is stock update. Okay, what is the stock process one? What happens in replenishment? The sales transactions in the store are reported to the inventory management application component of material management or to replenishment based inventory management and updated. So whatever the first process is, how the stock gets updated in replenishment. So as we decided, so again, we are coming again to the same point of sale. So how replenishment has to happen. So sale transaction are happening in the store at the POS. So this gets reported to our inventory management and then the stock gets accordingly the stock gets reduced when the sale happens. So that is what the stock updation happens whenever there is a sales happening at the store. And then procurement process too. Depending on the settings in customer, the system generates purchase orders or requisitions, outbound delivery, sales orders to replenish the stocks at the store. So what happens the next is whenever the stock update, I mean stock reduction happens. So the system automatically again the system will generate these purchase orders or requisitions or sales orders to replenish those stock at the store. So the concept is almost the same. I mean, either in a requirement planning or a replenishment, but basically replenishment is where we do at the store level. So again, the sale happening and the store needs the stock. That's how we have to do the replenishment. Okay, this is all the diagrams which explains you what is requirement, replenishment, reorder point, safety stock. So if you see store replenishment, this one, replenishment at the store level, basically stock update in the background, the stock updates whenever the sale happens, the stock updates. So the next process is the procurement. Updation of the stock is the inventory management. Since the sale happens, the inventory is from this level to this. And for this article, the replenishment run is carried out at the store level. So the store, again, the store replenishment process. Okay, so if you see first the posting of anticipated goods receipt, the target base, again, see here also we have target stock, expected stock. So replenishment requirement is calculated for each article based on this. What is the expected stock, what is the target, and what is the reorder point. So expected receipts and issues determined for each article. Okay, so for particular article, do we have any open purchase orders coming in? So all this we take into consideration and then we calculate how much stock is available at present and still how much we need. So these are, if you want to run replenishment at the store, the transaction code is WRP1. As similar, if it is requirement planning, it is MDW1 if I'm not wrong. This is sorry, MDW1, and for the DC and for the store replenishment, if you want to see, requirement planning, this is requirement, purchase acquisition, replenishment. So replenishment planning, this is here WRP1R, and then it's a little bit change in Hana. So the recipient group or recipient, which is a store and material group, and you need to run. I don't think now we can do, but just we'll run and see. No replenishment for the customer. It is not defined. So that's what about the RP and requirement planning. Main thing what you all need to remember in requirement planning or replenishment. So where do you maintain all the master data required for that? Under I mean, can you tell me where we actually have to maintain the historical data, consumption values, forecast values? Where do you maintain them?
Logistic DC.
Yeah,
Inside
logistic DC if it is a requirement, and replenishment if it is a logistic store. So I mean, basically you have to understand, like in article master, which tabs where and all you find it. Sometimes it happens in, I mean, you basically do not configure end-to-end replenishment or requirement. When you are stuck with any issues, you should at least know where to go and find that particular issue you are facing. So from that you can dig into the system and know. So basically, I mean, if you see in article master views, basic data, you have all the basic data like EANs, all those sort of things, and then basic data 1 and 2, variants if you have created all those, and purchasing, it's for purchasing, and listing what listings procedures and all, and logistic DC and store is basically for your this replenishment or requirement planning you enter, and sales view, you want to extend that particular article for that corresponding sales organization and distribution channel. Okay, and after that we have one more topic, which is, one second, physical inventory. Anybody know what is physical inventory in the store?
to verify the inventory, physical inventory and the system inventory.
Who's that? May I know who is that?
Mosin.
Yes, good, Mohsin. To verify between the system inventory and the physical inventory. Yes, what is that called? I mean, in a retail terminology, do you remember? Stock check, right? So why do we have to do stock check? Anybody, why we have to do stock check in the store, or why we have to do this physical inventory in the store?
We are analyzing how much losses are happening. What are
Yes.
the reasons of losses? If it is a weighing machine problem or some operator it's not working properly,
Yeah.
we need to analyze the issue and fix that issue.
Very good. Yeah. So you are almost near. So physical inventory, which is also called in retail terminology as stock check. So what is the purpose? Why we have to do? See, in the retail, it's not like a wholesale. You just buy in a lot and you give it there. Where we don't need those stock check and all. But in terms of retail, basically, there will be huge losses because of thefts or something damage or that. So always your system stock should manage your physical stock, right? There should not be any difference. If there is a difference, there is no point, like you're maintaining a so much sophisticated systems and all. Always both your book, whatever is the availability in the store, whatever is in the system, they should be same. Otherwise, what happens if you walk into the store? Okay, you walk into the store and you pick a product, and that product, I mean, if you go and scan to the POS system, it may not be able to scan because there is no stock in the store. Okay, but this can be avoided, saying that allow negative stocks. This scenario can be avoided, but if you don't allow negative stock, you will not be able to scan at the store, right? Getting me? Guys, you are there. See,
Yes, Shilpa.
yeah. So that's what we have to make sure that at any point of time we have the stores physically as well as in the system, so that we also know how much to order. We will know the exact figures. Otherwise, seeing the system, we will order something, but in the store there may be already the stock may be existing. So all these discrepancies to avoid, we need to have the physical inventory count. So this is very specific to retail. I mean, where we don't see in any other manufacturer. I mean, for me, at least, I'm not sure it happens in any other industry. Have you guys noticed this anywhere in your industries where you're working in physical inventory count?
No, but we do know concept.
Sorry?
We do know concept like how it works, but we did not.
No, I mean, do you, I mean, in any other business where you actually work, is this system that like they count the stock and enter, is that there in any other business where you have worked? Have you anywhere come across that?
No.
No, okay, no, that's fine. Even I'm not sure, but that's what I just wanted to check if there is any other business. But as for the retail, it's very important, this inventory, physical inventory count. So what happens? All the stores, they have to count the physical inventory of their stock on a regular basis. So the inventory can be requested by head office, which creates a count document on which stock enter the physical count. Okay. For a limited number of articles, store can also create their own documents and enter count on this. Okay, what happens is from the head office, they will send this, they will send the notification saying that, I mean, they will send the physical inventory documents for in which it will have all the articles which are to be counted. So at the store, the particular guy takes those, I mean, he will take the printout of those documents. He will count the stock manually, and then he will key in all those data into the system. Okay, and whatever the difference it is there, they will post it into the particular GL account. Okay, whatever difference is there. So what it happens, we will see now. A physical inventory, it involves measuring, counting and weighing stock at a warehouse or a store and then entering into the system. So if it is a single articles, they will count one by one. But if it is in terms of like fruits and vegetables and all, especially this physical inventory maintenance is very important in perishables, because every day you will be having the scrap, right? You scrap some of the stock because they may not be good or they might be damaged. So you have to account it somewhere, right? So for that reason, you need to see I have seen retail stores like every day they do this physical inventory or stock check for these perishables. Like before end of the day, I mean, initial in the morning time when they come, end of the day they weigh how much stock is there, and morning they will take like how much stock they have received and what is remaining and what is sold. So all of them should match, but most of the times they don't match, because suppose a particular apple is rotten, or 2 or 3 4 apples might have been rotten. In that case, so wait, you have to put that as a scrapped under the scrapped account, right? Only then all these things will get tallied. Otherwise, if you're not mentioning it anywhere, your on hand stock, your book stock or your store stock will not match, and it will not let you know the how much exactly the quantity sold. Is anybody really thefting if there is a difference, right? So that reason, what happens in the FNV or fruits and vegetables, like on the starting of a week you might have ordered 100 kgs of apples, and at the end of the week you might have been left with 1 kg of 3 kgs of apple. So when you see in the system, you think that, okay, I have sold 77 kgs of apple, but when you actually see in the system, you might see the difference, right? No, it's not 77, and system is showing I have only sold 75. So the 2 kgs where it is gone. Okay, unless if the person who is actually the leading the FNB or perishables, he need to weigh what is the scrapped. If he has scrapped it, yes, he has scrapped the particular goods. This is the amount he has scrapped and he need to enter that, and then we need to tally all those. Otherwise, if you do not have this accountancy, he can say that he has scrapped it and he can use it for his own purpose. So whatsoever, to prevent all these sort of damages or loss, we need to have this physical inventory count in a store. Okay, so each retailer is required to enter the stock at least once a year. So normally this FMCG, all those goods, it's okay, once a year we can do. So the final result of physical inventory in SAP Retail is a stock change, that current book inventory is replaced with the counted stock. So the process is documented by an article document and corresponding update in financial accounting. So whatever the stock, I mean the physical inventory, whatever the stock is there, the current stock, physical stock, so it gets updated with what is the exact stock available in the store. So the remaining amount, we will post it to the GL accounts using the movement type 701. So with this movement type, the corresponding financial document gets updated. So SAP, it supports various physical inventory procedures. Retailers normally use periodic and continuous periodic physical inventory. So what in periodic physical inventory, what happens is all stocks are recorded physically for a specific key date. Each article must be counted. So on a particular day and on particular date, that article must be counted. If it is continuous, it's performed for parts of the stock across physical year. In this case, the retailer must ensure that each article is at least once. So if it is a periodic, it means the stocks are recorded physical on a specific key date. Whenever you mention the date, only on that particular date the physical inventory is carried out. But if it's continuous, it will be like some parts of the articles you will do it on this in this month, and another category you do that next month. So that way you keep doing, so that I mean to do all the merchandise categories at one shot, it's very tough job. So if you are doing it manually, it's very tough. But in that case, what they do is they take a category and category wise. So in that, I mean the main thing there is the who is a store manager, he is to ensure that the article is counted at least once. So what is the process? How do we happen in SAP? First is that we create a physical inventory documents. There's a transaction code for which we get physical inventory document is created. So yeah, guys, I'm faster. Also, okay, you are able to understand this physical inventory. Are you able to understand?
Yes.
Yeah, Shilpa.
Yeah. So what we do is first they create physical inventory document. There's a transaction code which we use and we create physical inventory document. And once the document is created and we enter the, I mean inside the physical inventory document, it will give us what are all the stock available in the system. So corresponding to that, who is store assistant or somebody from the store, they count the stock and enter the count, and after that the system will show the differences, and then we will post the inventory differences. So these are transaction based. There are 2-3 transactions. You can just quickly see that should not be a problem. So first, if you see, we create physical inventory document here. Okay. So these are sometimes these physical inventory document can come from the head office, or at the store level also you can take your own physical inventory document, which is nothing but it's sort of a physical inventory list where it will have all the articles with the stock of the system. Then you count the stock and you enter that particular count. Then you evaluate what system evaluates the differences, and then the differences are posted to GL account with a particular movement type. So, I mean, there are 2 things over here. What you need to know here is, there is all the things what we are doing is in our SAP system, but at the store we might not have an SAP. It might be POS system. So if head office has to send all, corresponding information regarding physical inventory document to the store, which is not having an SAP system, how can they send? Any guess? So how can it be sent from head office to store?
Via IDOC.
From IDOCs, sir.
Yes, very good. IDOCs. So through IDOCs only we get, an IDOC is created from which when it gets processed, the inventory documents are created. Similar way, through once we count the stock and we send it to head office also, it can happen through IDOCs. Okay. It's actually these three phases. So what in the first phase you create inventory physical documents, and retail provides you with several methods of you can do mass creation of physical inventory documents. After selecting the stocks to be counted and creating physical inventory documents, the documents are printed out ready to begin with the stock count. That's what I said, right? Once the documents are ready in the system, you take the printout of them and then you go for the stock count. So in the second phase, then after you count, you enter the results of the count in the system. So you will be entering whatever you have counted in the system, and the system will calculate the inventory difference. So if you feel there is a dubious, or you can, if you want, you can recount the stock also again. If you see there's a huge difference, what usually happens in the business, right? Sometimes there will be very huge difference, like in stock, there may be, 10 kgs of the rice, but if you see in the system, it might be 50 kgs. So in that case, they might have forgotten keeping there somewhere in the back end or somewhere else within the store. So they go again for the recount in such cases. Okay. In third phase is you post the inventory document difference that were found. This updates the quantity and value based and stock accounts in financial accounting. So whatever differences you post against the transaction code, which will create an article document, which it's basically like a movement type. It also triggers a movement type behind. The process can be changed slightly for physical inventory. The store can count the stock and upload the data to SAP Retail. Yeah, it's using an IDOC. When the data is processed, the physical inventory document is created and the count is entered at the same time. Okay. A number of evaluation programs are available to support physical inventory. That's all. Okay. So another important thing, I think I shouldn't have shown you this point, I think. So tell me now, I'm doing a physical count. Okay. I'm doing a physical count, and at the same time the sale is happening. So how will you get the correct count? Will it match your system matches?
No.
So what you have to do?
You have to freeze the blocking.
How to stop the
You have to freeze that inventory.
Yeah.
Inventory management.
First thing is good. You have to freeze that stock. Yes.
Freeze means there is no GR or goods issue related things are posted. It cannot be posted.
Yes, very good. Yeah. So you have to actually block the stocks. Okay. So what we see here, no? So you will block the goods when the sale can happen at the POS. But when that particular sale coming to the POS our POS DM system, right? Usually if it is a retail, we'll have a POS DM system. So whatever sale happening in the POS, it comes to the POS DM system, but that particular transaction will not be processed as a successful document. It will be in error. You're getting me, right?
Yeah.
So whenever a transaction is coming from SAP, just a minute. Okay. Yeah, whenever a particular transaction comes, a sale happens at the at the POS system, it comes to our POS DM system, and it will create as a transaction within the POS DM, which will be as a successful if everything is good. So in this case, what happens, since we are doing physical stock check for this or physical inventory count for this particular article, what we do is we block that stock. So when the transaction comes within the POS DM system, it will be as errored out transaction. Once you complete all your stock check or physical inventory count, no, then you can reprocess that IDOC. Then it will be posted to your account. You're getting?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you basically, I mean, you don't know post GM, but you just understand that the transaction will be coming as unprocessed. It will be in error. After your physical stock check, you will process the transaction and it will be posted to your inventory. Okay. When entering the count result, the system determines the current book balance. The book balance is compared with count quantity entered, the result of which is a difference quantity. If a goods movement are posted in between physical stock count and entry of the physical inventory count, incorrect physical inventory differences may result. That's what we discussed. So when we are trying to post, I mean, the sale happens in between the physical count and inventory differences will result. So for this, to prevent this error, you should block the goods movement. So basically all the goods movement, when it comes to the post GM system, no, it will be an IDOC. We're using WPU, WPW. So that's a message type. That's an IDOC with that WPW message type, which will carry the goods movement. I mean, this sales transaction is through a movement that is also triggered as a movement within a post GM. So that particular IDOC message will be as read. Only once you after everything physical stock check is done, you remove the posting block indicator, then you can pre-process that IDOC. So if you set this indicator in the header of the physical inventory document, the system blocks all the stock management units for that physical inventory document. So physical inventory count we do at the store as well as the warehouse. So physical inventory by stores which uses SAP retail stores which use store retail in terms of store. Yeah, that's what, if it is a non-SAP system at a store, we communicate through IDOCs. So this physical inventory can also be done when the store is open. So in that particular point of time, you need to maintain your timings correctly. At what time you are uploading data, what time you are taking the difference. So all these timings are very important. So to support physical inventory when store is open, the system takes count of all the sales that are relevant for target stock at the time of count. You can enter the time of count automatically at the time of interval of count using a PDC unit and all. PDC is some instrument which instead of manually you can do using this, I think. I'm not sure what is this PDC. Okay, if you see here, that's what we were discussing, right? First thing is prepare a physical inventory. Okay. And then store will receive those documents. It's an outbound from the head office to from the store, and the store carry out an inventory, and again store will prepare and count the data, and it is sent as an inbound IDOC to our head office, I mean SAP system, which will do as inbound processing of the inventory count data and final processing of the inventory, and it will post the inventory balance. So this is the entire flow, how it happens, this physical inventory stock check and all. So the same thing at the time of creation physical, you can just set posting block at the header level. See, this will ensure that no movements will happen for the articles in the document. So this posting block, it will ensure that this posting block, it will ensure that when PostDM is sending the sales data, that's like goods movement data, WPU, WPW, IDOC to R3, it will fail, saying that posting block for the article through physical inventory. So when you see the PostDM system, when inside the PostDM we have a workbench. If you execute that, you will see some of the IDOCs might have failed and not processed inside PostDM. So when it is failed, it will have this as one of the error. So this again, the posting block, it gets automatically, it will be removed after posting the physical inventory document. Otherwise also you can remove the block manually at the header level document after you do the analysis. So the IDOC which has failed from coming from PostDM to R3 can be reprocessed and sent again after the posting block is removed. So if you see, These, maybe if you want more information also, this is something good link I found, you can just. The chart window. Just you can go through this one also for physical inventory. It will just give high level information. So transaction codes is this MIO1, MIO4, MIO7. So if you just enter, I mean, we do not going because we do not, our system is not corrected. Just see the transaction codes. MIO4. So if it is, it will create the physical inventory document. We should have something. Let's see if I have something. Okay. We do not have any inventory. If we have, then it gets displayed. Create physical inventory document. Okay, now let's create. See here, you can set your floating block. You can freeze your inventory. Okay, now for this plan, which storage location you are going to do. This is a document date when this physical inventory document is going, and this is a plan date when actually this physical inventory count is going to happen. Enter the storage location. So you can enter all the material here and you can enter the count and then save it. And then is you have, okay, let us, I'm not sure, just let's see. We just get no batches can be included. Okay. Let's type what is 023. What's a batch? Root issue for batch order is all batch order. Okay, let's give something. Let's see here. Material 66R101 does not exist. So we do not have stock also, that I think. So in that storage location. See any other storage. See in MMBE where have any stock for any article. Yesterday we had some stock for some 309. We have the stock in cross dock. Let's see. Plant storage location R10. 309. We have the stock of 3000 minus 20. We have the stock of 3220. So let us see. This is a batch. Oh, the material data is logged by somebody is using. Is anybody using this material? Can you guys come out for 1 minute? I'll just see this.
Yeah, check please.
Urban F is also not existing. It's there, right? I don't know what is the problem. Batch 30, it's not in terms of batch, so I want it to change. $309 or 3000 does not exist. Not sure, some problem guys, but this is what they enter here. Okay, document to be posted. It's coming as a batch. Batch, need to check why it is coming as a batch actually. I don't know. We don't maintain actually this batch and all, but what does they mean? I have to see. Okay. Batch plan, batch valuation test for material. If you select this, okay. Anyways, just these are the T codes. Maybe you keep trying, but not of that great importance. Not much use in this. Just make sure this is MI01 and then is MI04. Once the document is created, then you need to give that inventory document number here and execute and display the, you have to enter the count what you have physically done, and MI07 is where you post your inventory documents, a physical inventory. So again inventory document, then posting date, then you need to post. So counting results, create physical inventory documents and then post the difference. Okay. Yeah, I have a question for you guys. I just want to check. Suppose I'm closing the store. Okay, particular store I'm going to close down. So in that case, what are all the things I need to consider when I'm closing the store? Can anybody tell whatever you know?
Yeah. Which orders is by hand, in our hand.
Okay.
And the article stocks all as blocked.
Why do you block article stocks? Because I'm closing the store, right?
Store on, yeah, correct. That means
Stock should be 0.
Sorry?
Stock should be 0.
Stock should be 0. Okay, yes, you need to consider. Yeah.
I think before first step is we have to mention in site master that closing store option.
that is the reason for site. What is the reason?
Yes, good, yeah.
And a closing period also we have to mention that.
Okay, yeah. Good.
And delisting those article to the store.
Yes, yes. So if you, yeah, good.
I think that's all.
Yeah, you have to do delisting, yes, because delisting in a sense, if you are no more using the site at all, remove that site from the assortment and do delisting.
Yeah. Assortment also we are delisting the store.
Yes, wherever the store is present, all the business functionalities, you need to remove that store from there. So you need to close your open pivots. So if you have to make your stock 0 at the store, you need to remove the store from the assortment. You need, if there is any store group which has the store, you need to remove from there, right? And if there is any promotion corresponding to that particular store, you need to again look into that. You need to remove the store group from there. Or correspondingly, you can, if you have any promotion running for the store, you need to expire those promotions, right?
Yes.
And also you need to see, suppose that sometimes there will be some reports which might be specific to that store. So you have to consider those reports also. You have to scratch, or you need to remove, or what needs to be done. Okay. And I think, yeah, that's one thing you need to take care when you're closing the store. Apart from that, I think we are good. We have discussed physical inventory. We discussed the replenishment, and there's one more small topic, this pause initialization and all, that we'll see maybe after the break, and we'll see some moment type messages, those stuff. I think that's all. I think then we are good. Okay. So we will meet at 11. And
Oh,
guys, I think there's there's a feedback forms or something which is given for you guys.
Not yet.
yeah,
Have you?
we see the mail.
Yeah, can you please fill that in your break? No, it
Yeah,
takes hardly 2 to 3 minutes for you.
yeah, sure.
Okay, so we will meet at 11 and then we will see. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah. Hi guys, back.
Nice.
Okay, great. Okay. So now we will just see about this. Let me share my PPT. Okay. So anybody have any idea about what is POS simulation or something? Huh? POS initialization. So what happens, like we basically when we open a new store, right, whatever the data available in our systems, I mean in an SAP system, we need to send. Okay, I'm sharing my screen, right? Are you able to
Yes. Yes, sure.
Yeah. So when we open a new store, so we have to send whatever data in our SAP system to the store. So basically we call it as an initialization. It means we send all the data corresponding to article master, merchandise categories, prices, everything, EANs, that all will be sent to the POS system using through POS initialization. For that we have one T code. I will show. We will see that. And then if there are any changes over every day, like we have changes in the system and all, right, if you have to send those changes, that will be sent by the delta changes. And sometimes it happens like every day we keep sending data to the POS system, but in sometimes some data will not be available for some reasons, the PI breakdown or something. The data might not be available in the POS system. That time you may need to have manually send the data. So for that also we have transaction codes. Like if you see, basically the POS initialization is WPMI. Okay. So if you give sales org,
Screen has been paused.
PPT.
sorry,
You are showing the PPT, right?
no, I'm showing the SAP. Okay,
Nice.
why? I think I shared only that or what? 1 minute, I'll do again. I shared desktop only. Now,
Now it's okay.
What is the T code?
WPMI. Okay. I'm sending to this store. So just have to execute. Basically, this initialization will take long time. So we schedule it as in the background job and then we leave it because it will be huge lot of data, right? It has to be sent to store initially. So we basically schedule it as a background and then it gets processed over a day. See, if you see now for this store, all these IDOCs are created. So if you see this one, so anybody how to see an IDOC? What is the transaction code?
WB WE02.
Yeah, very good. So it's basically WE02 is the transaction code to see in an IDOC. This is the IDOC number. Sorry, 9 I didn't copy.
I can think that it is there for now.
Okay, see. If it is in a green state, that means it is passed to the port successfully. Okay. I think some of you might be already knowing, but who are very new to the IDOCs and all, right? So IDOC is something where you want to send your data from one system to another system, be it as a SAP or non-SAP or whatever. If you have to transfer your data, from one system to another system, you send it usually through iDocs. So in iDocs, like if you have to send to other system, we configure part. This is all like configuration of partner numbers, partner type, and all EDI related. I mean, we do not take care much, but you just have to know basically what is important for you is which message type will carry which information. What is a message type for that? So this is a partner number. It means you are sending to that particular store. Partner type, this is a customer. We create it as a customer. This is a port. So you need to configure, I mean, EDI person, he will be configuring all this. Partner number, partner type, port, and for this message, these are all responsible and all.
So once you're done with the unit testing, Monday we'll go through that.
So if you see here what it carries the information, so every segment will have some information. So this is a store, and these are some date, valid from date. We'll see what any information. It's something related to master data. Okay, WPD, WGR. I'm not sure what this iDoc basically carries. Never use this one. We will see any other iDoc. Yeah, you see the Plu iDocs. These are for the store. These are the main important iDocs which we use. Plu. It carries prices and all. Okay, these are the important iDocs, Plu iDocs, which we send to the store. One second.
From the store or to the store?
To the see, that's another one. You have here process, right? POS. This is state direction. It's outbound, outbox. So from our system to the store. If you see, it's an inbound to. This is from the store to our system. This is these iDoc we got when we are doing POS initialization, right? So we are sending this stock to this data to the store. Getting? So basically we send EAN numbers and all those stuff with this. I think this is not proper. Yeah, see, this is a VKO condition type. If there is a promotion, this is a promotion number. And prices, all those we send through this iDoc type. Euro currency. I think this is a price. It's an application number. So even the segments we configure, you know, whatever new segments you want, we can add that. Like if you basically see this message type, it will be having hell lot of so many segments, so much of. But when we customize it, we customize whatever we want and we use those segments. But the Plu iDoc is what it carries all the information related to EAN numbers, prices, promotion price, all those it carries to our POS systems. Okay, and apart from that, we also have, we got other iDocs, any other iDocs? So this is related to EAN. So this is another iDoc. Let's see what it is. Okay, this has what data? Let's see. Again, a store valid from valid to qualifier. South India, these are address. This is the vendor number, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so I'm not very sure what this IDOC, but basically the IDOCs which we use is POOMS IDOC, POOBON IDOC. Let me write it here. I don't know. POOMS. POOBON. Okay, and WPU, WBW. These are basically inbound IDOCs. Okay, so WPU, WPW is the goods movement related IDOC. So whenever the sales transaction happens in the POS system, right? So it comes and posts as a movement type, which is again post a document which is WPU, WPW. This is related to movement types. POOMS, okay, which is again is aggregated sales IDOC. What is aggregated sales? Suppose if you want to see at the end of the day how much a sale has happened for particular store, right? So that is how you get, I mean, every day the POS system and the night they send all the data to POS DM system. So if you want to see how much is the sale value of particular store, that is an aggregated sale of complete that store. That is POOMS IDOC. If you want to see the sales at the receipt value wise, so this particular one, this transaction, how much is the value? So that is from POOBON IDOC. Basically, these are inbound IDOCs. Okay. Now, in POS outbound, we have blue IDOCs, which are very important, WPPLU02, which we've seen just now. And we also have WBBDLD. Any idea why this IDOC? For what we use this message type?
Bonus something.
Assortment list type. Assortment list. You remember we were sending assortment list to the stores, right?
Yes, yes.
You forgot it.
Yes, sir.
So assortment list profile in the store, assortment list type in the article master data, all this information. So we send all this information via using assortment list type. So assortment list type will generate an IDOC which is WBBDLD. Okay. And yeah, so if you have any IDOC which has been errored out, suppose the T code you use to see that is WPER. You can analyze why the particular transaction is failed. Yeah, error IDOC we will see. No, IDOCs. See, 30 status is there. IDOC ready is 30. So different status will indicate different things. We'll see that 90 error passing data. So let's see this. Okay, so these are the IDOCs which are failed. So let's see. I don't know what is Cosmos. This is not related to us, but we'll just take this IDOC and see. Take the control data, we will come to know all the information. What are the partner details? What is the port numbers? Which is a port? Which is a sender is receive information, and this is the recipient information. So this is the one which is going to receive the information from our client HANA system. So this is again a logical system. LS is logical system, which you need to configure your partner types and all. This is the only IDOC number, okay. So I can just give here. Remove this, store everything. So you'll come to see like this. So you can analyze why it's actually not processed. If you scroll down this and check, no. Basically, you can see the errors and all. It's not allowing because nothing is there. I mean, basically, once you have real IDOCs, no, then you can check what is the error. You will know the error description and all. You can just go ahead and correct. The transaction to look into that is WPER. Okay, and you see, this is what. See, if you see POS outbound, see, these are all the data we are sending to outbound. Categories and EAN numbers, article data information, exchange rates, the taxes and all. Usually it can sometimes we will be having separate system called like Vertex. It's not Vistex, it's a Vertex system or taxware system they use to send the taxes to POS outbound, or it can happen. We can, I mean, if they don't have any separate system, we can send from the SAP as well. And customer data and inventory data. These are all POS outbound. It means the data going out from our SAP to POS. Okay, any idea of what is the IDOC we use for articles? Or message type for article? Artmas, very good. Yes. Vendor?
Vendor is Cremas.
Very good. Yes, vendor is Cremas. Yes. And condition types, all sales prices, purchase prices is through IDOC Conde. Con _ A. Okay, and this is again an inbound. Inbound, basically, what is the inbound data we get from POS system? From POS, inbound means all the sales transactions. Like what are the sales transactions happening in the POS? It comes to our system. Another one is cashier data. So when is the cashier logging in at the till, logging off, all those system, all those information. And we do get financial transactions like the various payment methods, like tender type means they are paying by the card, they're paying by the cash, how they're paying, all those information from POS system. It comes to our SAP. Article master, EANs, No, I don't think why this is included. Basically, article and EANs is going out from SAP to POS, not from POS to SAP. If you see these are various IDOCs like flu IDOC, we send in flu IDOCs articles and conditions, IDOC type and message. And if it is a EAN, these are the IDOC. Something exchange rates, which I'm not sure. This the product material group master. This is so just now we've seen the IDOC, right? WPDWGR, that is related to material group master. So this is again a tax which is FI related thing, set as a physical inventory. This is a bonus by IDOC, WPD BBY01. See our assortment, WBBDL202 is assortment list IDOC. So most important thing for us or whatever I'm saying, this goods movement IDOC. Okay. Article master information, it's sent through Flu also. It will have article master, prices and EANs. Just only article master, then yes, ArtMas. If you want to send an article master data from, manually want to push, what is the transaction code? Anybody? You want to send article master to any other non-SAP? Huh? Sorry, come again. See, you might have already. WPMA is to send manually. Whatever you data you want. Yes, but only article master data if you want to send. It's there in every, not only retail, everywhere. Any other industry also uses that to send. If you want to send article master data, you want to push the article to any down system. Have you heard about BD10? BD10, BD11, 12 and all? Nobody? BD10, nobody aware of this transaction code. You want to send an article master information to any other system. See, you just have to select that article. Message type is MATMAS or ARTMAS and send material in full and then execute. I will let us check. I don't think it will work because the ports and all we might not have configured, but let us see. It's taking so much of time. It's taking, let's see if it might come. And after that we have something called POS simulation, like since we do not have POS system, but if you want to check anything what happened at SAP POS, you can see there are some transaction code which related to sales. This is WPUK. So if you give that particular store and transaction data, you see you have sales per receipt. You can enter aggregated sales, means of payment. See, this is basically we will not be having, it doesn't happen from our SAP system, but this happens at SAP POS, whatever, but it's just a simulation. Just simulate, that's all. See, here you can enter.
What is the T code?
Sorry?
T code, please.
WPUK. Okay, so this we will not do in SAP at all. It's just we're trying to check what what is like if you have to send a sales, how does it happen? Means like it's based on transaction WPUK. for this PUK, for this customer, this currency, and the POS controller number, ID, cashier, all those. So you give the qualifier number, which is like qualifier for material. It will be one number which I'm not aware this POS side, and they will give the material number, how much quantity and amount. So this is not, nobody will give, but this is all automated. But to simulate what exactly how the data comes is we have this transaction called PUK, which actually says that this is how the sales related data comes to our SAP system, and which creates an IDOC. Data will be lost. So I'm not, let's try. I don't know if IDOC creates currency, euro, POS controller. I don't have anything. Material. Amount 100. See, IDOCs are not generated. The connections are not there. That's the reason we didn't get. But usually, when everything is set up right for the message type, then the IDOCs will be generated. I think this also doesn't work. But you just have to know PUK is similar to, we get, like we had sales receipt coming from the store, right? If you want to simulate that in your SAP system for testing or something else, this is a transaction code you can use. These are taking so much time here. It's taking so much time, I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Then let's see if it gets processed. Oh, see, it failed for one of the IDOC, but inferic IDOC is generated here. Inferic is for what? Anybody? Anyone? What does this IDOC carry? What is this IDOC message type carry? It basically, sorry, yeah.
Info record.
Yes, yes, very good. Info record information is carried via this IDOC type inferic, and zero communication for another message type 0. It says, see, one Atmas IDOC is generated. Again 0. Maybe there are 2-3 partners they configured. That's why one is failing, one is successful. So now, because it send inferic Atmas in if there is actually, I mean, it will also send Conde also, since we have, if there is a price or something, because we clicked as send material in full, so it will send all those information. And now if you go and see the WE20 to see the partner profiles, you go and see. Oh, see, oh, here also IDOC is created. The setting selected by you, inbound processing was performed. Okay, this is again an inbound IDOC is created. We will see this. We'll go WE02. this the IDOC created? Unknown to the system. And sold unknown to the system. See, this is what WPUI 103089. I think it failed. See, it failed. It failed for the reason EAN sold is unknown to the system. I mean, we did not give the right EAN numbers and all, right? So that's why it has sold, because the EAN is not correct, and or the EAN is not present or not given in while we're sending the article. So that way you can know what's the errors actually here. So that's why it is failed. So see, this is sales data receipt, right? It's not aggregated because you only had only one article. Sales data receipts, this WPU bond. It's not aggregated, it's a WPU bond. If we had an aggregator, it will sell, it would have sent POOM side of WPUUMS. So this is actually, this is a simulation. This we don't do in SAP, it is done at POS system. Okay, see, we have selected sales per receipt. So that's why it has created an IDOC PU bond. If you have selected aggregated sales, it would have given you POOM IDOC. This is a qualification. This is a total sales quantity, total sales value. I think this number, I'm not sure, maybe the POS number or store number, I guess. And this is a store number. So this will create POOM IDOC. The similar way, if you want to send means of payment, this will create POO tab. Okay, means of payment, POO tab, it will be POO tab is another IDOC which is for payment methods like cash, card, how it is sent. So this is like WPUK, which is related to sales transactions from POS system to SAP. So another within SAP, what we have is WBFB. And the output is, you have to select the store is R103. Okay, so this is a store order. What we are raising from the store, like if you see, this is from this store we are raising, you need to give the external vendor. External vendor, yesterday we created 100. This is yeah, R10. No, not this external vendor. Okay, I take this as an external vendor. Delivering plant is to the DCR101. Document type should be UB only. Purchase organization is R1000. R100, sorry. So material is 309. Quantity 100. 002, some qualifiers this we have to. 002 is material number used by the vendor. Okay. And then this is save button is not there. So inbound IDOC, even this also it's created as an IDOC because this information has to go to our head office. Okay, so this is IDOC information. One 103090. Oh, this also failed. Okay, this EDI partner profiles doesn't exist. So for this basic type, what is this EDI partner profiles doesn't exist? Basically, you know, I have opened that to show you. So in partner profiles, WE20, we select this message type. You need to know this message type. Partner type is KU. Your partner number is R10. This is a partner type KU. You need to check under this. So for the partner number R103, we have not configured R103 partner. 104 is there. If you select 104, for 104, you can use message type. These all these are the message type you can use for 104. This is the one. So what is our message type? Let us check. WGSREQ02. If this is present here, then only we can do. Otherwise, we need to assign that. It's not there. So I mean, I'm not very sure because usually we don't do this one EDI people, but I try to do it. Let's see. Port, receiver port. This is the port. Basic type and message type. This is a message type you need to give. This is the message type. And the basic type. Okay. Oh, this doesn't exist in EDI port also. Okay, fine, leave it. So you just have to check whenever you get those errors, you need to go and check whether it is there in your EDI partner profiles WE20. If not, you just have to inform your EDI person. They will take care of. It's not. We generally don't do all the stuff. Okay. So need to check here whether this is configured properly or not. That's what is you have to check. That's more than enough. And that's the store order how we raise. And yeah, see, if you see the other article IDOCs, these all have been successfully created. We got Atma's IDOCs as well, right? But I don't see that here. Flu, per, and all they are successfully created. EANs, this is a material group IDOCs, and all these. So what another thing is whenever we make any change, so might be having a question like Well, the system will create an IDOC, but what is the basic, how the system will know that the IDOC has to be created?
The message output is where maintained, I think.
Yeah, yes, first to come to that stage itself, you need to create an IDOC, yes, message type or message. How can the system know an IDOC is to be created?
In site we enter POS and the POS fields.
No, not from the POS. This is, I'm talking about from our system only, from SAP only. So why are the IDOCs generated? First you tell me that, then you'll know the other part.
So basically transfer the data from one system to another system. That's why IDOCs are generated.
Okay, what sort of data?
It's kind of a master data or a transaction data. It's any data.
Okay. So I created an article. I send the IDOC now. So will I be sending that particular article again?
Oh, yeah, once it's centered, that's fine, I think.
Is it? Okay, you send the article today and I send an info record today, and tomorrow I'm going to change the price of the info record. Then
That separate IDOC or article changes IDOC message type they will create and then
right.
send. Oh.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's just not only always just a create and always not the create only. No, create is fine. At one time we will do all initialization and we send all that data to POS system. But there every day there are many master data changes happening in the system, right? Correct, right? Yeah. So we have to send those. That is very important, because suppose otherwise what happens, if you might be having a price in your SAP system 50 rupees, but your POS might be sending for 30. It's a loss for us, right? We have to make sure all the changes which are for the particular master data changes should be sent to POS or whatsoever any other downstream systems also. So in that case, what happens is whenever you make a change within a system, it creates a change pointers. You are aware of the concept, this change pointers? See, basically these change pointers are like they are enabled to particular fields. So whenever you make change to any fields are nothing but inside an article master or any master data will have the fields. So that particular fields changes will be captured by the change pointers, which internally are present in the table like BDC-P2. So from BDC-P2, whatever the changes are happened particular day, it gets captured by it gets created as an IDOC. If you see the table, so change pointer table is BDC-P2C. So this change pointers is a table name. For this table name for the table, I mean, suppose if I say table name Mara, for this table Mara, are there any changes created by any user? This is the change pointer Mara table. The message. You are getting right understanding here.
Yeah.
So any changes from the master data, it's captured using change pointer. Change pointers are connected to message type. So correspondingly, that particular message type will be triggered. Okay. This change pointer table. Sometimes we use this bind table. Bind table is for all like condition.
Hello, we are not audible.
Hello.
Yeah, Mohsin, please mute yourself. Yeah, you can go ahead now.
Yeah. So, I mean, BDCP2 is one corresponding to all message type. We see similar another table Whenever you make any price changes, the pricing documents and all, it gets updated in wind table. From there, the change pointers get triggered for Conde IDOC, and Conde IDOC is triggered. You see here. See, these are all the condition records. See, this is a condition record VKP2. And this is a table A073. So when we have created, so all these things are captured in the win table. From the win table, it gets created. It get created in Conde IDOC. Okay, this is especially for the condition records. In win table, you have all the condition record change pointers. See VKP2, PB00, and VKP0. So sometimes it happens like, you say you have made the changes in the business scenarios. Mostly the business comes and says you that no, the prices are not activated in the POS system. The promotion is not activated. We can't see any promotional price and all and POS. So what do? Then you go and you go and check. The purchaser will say that no, I have made the changes. I mean the validity date and all is there. Then they will say, see, you can check my condition VKP2, VKP0 is there in VK13. I'm not sure why it is not. Then that time first thing you need to check is whether change pointers have been triggered or not. It can happen sometimes there's a background jobs for all these changes to be captured and update in these tables. So you need to check those jobs they have run properly and they're successful or have they failed. So if they are not successful, if they are not run, you need to analyze that way. So in that case, these are very important. Or you have to check the IDOCs. If an IDOC is okay, the purchaser is telling, I mean, the business is saying yes, they have activated the price, and the POS people are saying it's not present. So you need to check when they have created the price, and you need to check if there are any IDOCs present. If it is present on those IDOCs, you need to go and check win table that particular condition record is there. So this is how you need to analyze when sometimes you have the situations the data is not updated at the POS system. So you need to know the change pointer table and you need to know the IDOC message step and start troubleshooting from there. And you have to see from when it is created. Sometimes what happened, they create end of the day after the job schedule has been completed. So in that case, what happens when that particular record will be pulled for the next day. So all these things like time of creation and all also plays an important role. Okay. This is one thing about the IDOCs, change pointers, partner profiles. Let me see if there is anything else in my PPT. Message types, you just have to know which message type and all. This is a POS interface that program, like I told you, T codes, this is the programs they have mentioned here. You can use using SC38, you can run the program, or you can use the T codes which I have told you, WP, MI, MA, MU. Okay, and this is at POS level, like organization POS outbound direct request, like to be transferred. Like if you have to transfer the bonus by data and all, that is a POS outbound. So we will be sending that from our system to POS system. So it's an outbound. This is from the POS system as we discussed just before, right? Aggregated sales and sales per receipt. Aggregated sales is, see, this is IDOC. Suppose example, whom's IDOC. This is aggregated article 1, this much, this much, this much, article 2, 3, 4, 5, all this total sales. But if you see here sales per receipt, this is an IDOC number. So you have milk this much and this much. And this is another record number. See here you have every separate record number for every transaction. Article level detail information you can get here. But whereas here you can't get that level. You just say this is article, this is amount, that's all. If you say here no, Even, I mean, if you see this art still in POS system, POS DM or POS DTA, you can see like this article, how much is the quantity, what is the EAN number, is there any promotion of present on that, promotional price, what it is, and whether the person has paid by a card or he paid through cash. All those information will be present in particular transaction which is related to article level, individual article. So sales per receipt. So that is posted by using Coupon IDOC. Okay. And next here what I have, aggregated sales. You have like payment list PO tab. This is called PO tab IDOC, which means how it is paid by the card or how. Okay, sales per receipt. This is again we discussed Coupon. Here if it's a sales in Coupon IDOC. If you see this article, this is paid by cash, card, invoice. Okay, we get it in individual level in Coupon, right? But if you see PO tab, if it is a card, how much is the sale for the card? You get aggregated here again. You're getting here, right? As I told you, in one particular transaction which is related to article level, you'll see if that article is made by cash, card, or invoice like this at level. But if you want to know all the sales which has happened through cash, you need to see in PO tab IDOC. Okay. And then these are the transaction PUR, PUK, PMA, POS direct request. If you want to send anything manually to POS, POS WPMA, just the transactions. PUK here, IDOC is WE02. I think, yeah, that's it. We have entire POS things and all. And you have anything to ask? Before that, these are the two tables. You just remember KONH and KONP. Are you guys aware of these two tables? Hello? KONH and KONP. Are you guys aware of this table?
KONH, I think it's technical data we can see.
Okay, so I just show you so you just aware of this also. Is also important table. KONH. So whenever you create any, let's take condition type VKP0. Okay, I take created by my name only. See, if you see in KONH, right, this is a condition record which is stored. As we discussed, I mean, whenever we try to create anything, it updates as a condition record. You see, this is a condition record. This is the table A073 condition type and valid from and valid to. Now, if you take this condition record and if you see in KONP, see, if you see here, you will see the how much is the amount, what is it and all. For how much amount it is been, what is the VKPO price, you can see over here. You're able to see, right? Header level and item level. Condition header level is KONH. Condition item level is KONP. You understanding?
This table is for creation, and Win table we can see the changes, right?
Win table, yes, you will see the changes, all changes getting updated in Win table. Yes.
Not the creation record, it will not update it.
Yeah, no, creation, everything will be updated in Win table. See, Win table is basically for the change pointer. So for sending an IDOC. So even creation or change, you have to send IDOC, right?
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, this is nothing related to moving to downstreams or IDOC. This is you are updating your within your SAP system. You are creating condition records for further your business transactions. That's why you have KON. It gets updated KONH and KONP. Okay. And another one you have whenever you create pricing documents, right? That gets updated in this table WK, BK. Okay, again, if you see created by my ID, let's see. Yeah, so these are the pricing documents which were created when we were testing. So if you just see this. Okay. VKP6 is a transaction code to check for the pricing document. Okay, I think I might have missed that. I'm just keep a note of that. So whenever you create you run VKP file, right? That time it was creating pricing document. If you have seen pricing document was created, right?
Yes.
So if you go to VKP6, you can see that pricing document. That is what it gets updated in this table WK BK is the header. So if you go back and see this item table, it shows you what changes you made. So this is a purchase, which is a purchase price calculation schema, scale, sales price calculation, what's the material group, material, all information it will be available here. The purchase price, what markup you did, plan price, everything, the final price. It's see the margin has come down, it's a markdown because it's in minus because your margin has come down. So all those informations are available when the whatever are their pricing document you can see in that table. And here if you want see it in some cases in the business, you know what they restrict the authorization because a buyer might create a price, but on the top of him there might be some higher up manager, so he has to see and approve the prices because just like that he cannot create his own margins, right? So for that purpose in higher organization they say they don't give authorization of activating the prices. That will be given to higher level by restricting the access. So if that is the case, then only they can only create the prices, they can't activate. Here item C have been selected. So data could not be, I think we did not configure it to activate and automatically this gets activated. That's why we can see as VKP 0. So if you want to restrict, they will not be able to activate, then it doesn't update our condition records VKP 0. So only after it gets activated, then we will see the records. So this is for to activate also VKP 6, change or to activate. And VKP 7 is to just display the document. You can't able to do anything. If you want to just display, usually I mean in companies they will restrict all this because this is very sensitive data related to price. Okay, that's one thing. Yeah, and I think that's all. If you have anything to ask, otherwise let me check if I have something to and you know movement types, right? I just want to understand few movement types if you are aware. Movement type for GR you should be knowing.
Yeah.
What's the movement type for GR?
101 with reference
Yes.
purchase order.
Yes, 101 01 for GR and goods issue. Goods issue is 201.
102.
For cost center. Yeah.
Yeah. And PI is another important which we have to know.
701.
Yeah, 701. Stock in transit. 641. And suppose if you want to do GR without PO, you know, right? 501.
501.
Yes, correct. So these few things, but rest other movement types and all, if you want that, you can get in Google at any point of time. That should not be a problem. Yeah, and change pointers. Yes, we discussed pause initialization. Yeah. Inbound and outbound, what are inbounds or pause, what are outbound? Yeah, we have discussed that also. Yeah, I think that's it. If you have anything, let me know. If not, just we'll see some tables to us, assortments listing. Already know. Any doubts between you have anything, let me know.
Shilpa, after creating a VKP5 retail price calculation, we have to create again that condition record for that.
No, VKP5 will create your condition record internally.
Oh, it automatically creates.
Yes, when you run this VKP5 in the foreground, right? In the back, after that you save it, right?
Yeah.
So then you can just go and see your VK13, your condition record will be updated.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and another thing, the same thing, whatever you want to do here, no, you can schedule that in the background using VKPB transaction code. The same thing, I mean, if you want to create whatever this program like VKPB, whatever the program that transaction has, you can schedule that in the background as well.
Can you show that? Yeah.
VKPB. The same thing of the price calculation, but that if you want to schedule in the background, you need to use that. It will be as VKPB. So I mean, because usually in the business, in the day-to-day business activities, no user will run this VKP5. They will schedule it in the background. They upload the margins and they schedule in the background. The system automatically calculates and it sends to the downstream. Otherwise, they fix the sales price VKP 0 and system calculates the margins and all. It sends to the downstreams. Okay, and what else? There's one table WLK2 also when it is done in listing. This table also gets updated. So this is basically to sales or distribution channel and plan. These things gets updated. Even your sales or distribution channel also gets extended when you do listing. This table gets updated. Apart from that, yeah, I think that's it. So can anybody open that yesterday's PDF what I have shared? Can anybody share? So I just check whether there are exercises in that or not. If not, I need to share something else. Can somebody share? You are there or you're not able to do that? You are there, guys.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Can you just share that? No, because I don't know, because similar thing I have others. I don't know which one I sent. Can you just open and show me whether there are exercises in that? I want to check. Did you download and keep it with you?
Shilpa, you asked in yesterday PPT in updated. That's one.
No, not PPT. That PDF one, which
that IRT something is there.
Exactly. That one. Yeah.
Just a minute.
Yeah, please.
Shilpa, again it's Shiva. What about that season and segment, those topics?
Season and seasons, basically that is for not for retail. In terms of apparel, AFS, we will be having. I mean, they will be having that.
Okay,
Retail segments also we don't have that. That is all apparel related topics. But since it is all combined in HANA, we have under that. But we do not have that actually. Seasons and segments. In footwear or apparel industry, AFS, they have it.
Okay.
Did you see that anywhere in IRT? Because whatever material I have for SAP, I do not have that. So I just wanted to check like.
Shilpa, Sunil
Yeah.
here. I have one question. Like, if you want to create like a mass article, like around 100 or 200 article in the system, so is there any like T code or the path like creation of mass article in the system? Like in ECC, we have LSMW methodology.
Same
There we
with
can.
that is used to same method you can use here also, but I think Anna has some different tool.
Yeah.
We have to check that how to create mass in HANA. I'm really not sure. We have to check on that.
Okay.
I don't think we are using LSMW in HANA system.
Yeah, for that reason I asked you. In ECC, we have LSMW methodology. Here in ANA, what is the methodology? Because to create like bulk, like mass article, if you sit and work, it will take like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and it will also become like data entry job, like creation of manually. So for that
Yeah.
reason, I have asked you, is there any
Yeah,
particular
got.
T code or path, something is there in the system, in ANA system?
Yeah, understand. I mean, there should definitely be. It should be coming as part of migration, because in HANA system right now it will be like migration only when you're migrating from ECC to retail. I'm not really sure how they migrate data in bulk. That should be there, but migration part I'm not really aware.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's only ALE concept they can also use send that data.
ALE they don't use, but they have some different concept for HANA. Probably we need to research and check, but yeah, there's something different for that. DRF out and all, I don't think they are using, but yeah. Maybe we can check in Google, it will give us a lot of information. Anybody sharing, or will it take some time?
Yeah, sure. Can I share the screen?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, you ask this one, no?
Yes, this one only. Can you scroll down? This is the master data one I shared with you. We have similar others. So if you see up now, you have one more here, logistical variance. So don't get confused with this. This is nothing but based on the unit of measure, we differentiate the articles here. Usually, base unit of measure we will have one. Here in based on the logistic purpose, like sometimes you receive articles. If you see, no, if take an example, we take apples in Telangana as I mean dozens or like that. But if you see in Karnataka, we take it as kgs. So I mean, this is based on the different unit of measure in the logistical purpose. We create this logistical variance. Okay, but the creation is same as single only. Go still down, this all nothing. Oh yeah. Yes, so okay. It is there. These exercises are there then. Okay. Fine. Yeah, 310 and we have 320 and I think 330 and 330 I'll see and I will upload in the shade drive and I will let you know by end of the day. I will send you all those. Yeah, if you still come scroll down also, you have you checked these exercises and done then?
No, Shilpa.
Yeah, please do, guys. This is I mean these exercises are really helpful for you a lot. You'll understand everything in detail. How to, I mean, if any data is missing or something, if you are setting data using the steps given in the book and all, you will really not face any problems. You'll do it one full cycle. You'll be able to do. Except few things like this competitor group, because account groups are not set properly, we're not able to create the competitor groups and all. But apart from that, rest other master data we should be able to good to do with this. So you will be having system access for how long? Another 10 days or 15 days?
Another, I think, 15 days. 24th this month.
Oh, 24th of, okay. So make sure of it nicely, guys. Try set up your own master data meanwhile, because you'll be having lot of time, right? So with all the values, ask any of your friends or somebody to set a very good company code. And then from there you start setting up your data and try creating scenarios and work on. The complete entire retail scenario try to set up. Like starting from master data. Take only one company code. For that you create all sales, stock, distribution channel, shipping points, everything. Then create site master. Like how we went and create a business partner. Business partner also just like that for learning purpose. How we created, don't create that. Create in a way that it makes some sense. If it is an external vendor, try to give a different range for that. And if it is a DCR vendor, try to make it different. So don't maintain business partner vendor is same for all stores as well as DCs as well as external vendor. Don't make similar. So try to build up a very good proper business scenario so that it will be easy for you to understand as well. And then after doing the creation of site master, then go create articles. Before that you create assortments. Before creating articles, create assortments and then assign your sites and then create articles and then do listing. And then start developing your business process, like starting from your allocation tables, your promotions, and whatever it is like outbound deliveries, creating for STOs, all those stuff, and creating GR, all these business scenarios you can develop. And pricing, especially pricing is one way which important thing. If possible, try to ask your finance or take anybody of your finance help, ask them to create one good account group. You make it as a competitor account group and then create your customers for that competitor account group. It is all the same, only the account creation is different for competitor account group. Rest all creation of customer is as similar as like how you create business partner customer. So create that and try to create the cycle of the competitor pricing with and create a release strategy how we have seen. See, I will try see if I have any exercises or any information relating to that. I will provide you. If not, I will, if I have maintained any notes how to create all those steps, I will upload that also in the SharePoint. So go through with those steps and create them. Then you will understand the full scenario. Similar way with price family also. You can now create your price family and all. How I have told the same steps you follow, you will be able to create that. All that you need is good master data. So these days, please take at least 2 to 3, 4 days, no problem. Make your master data is proper. Using Salesforce, use only that what you have created and you maintained it properly. Okay, you want anything to ask, whatever we discussed in this course, anywhere you have any doubts, please let me know, so I will be able to help you, or we will look into that. We just still have some more time.
Hi Shilpa, Zishan this side.
Yeah, Zishan.
I have given the feedback link in a chat box, Shilpa. If you can just guide them on this.
Okay, I think they have already filled. I think Zishan, they got an email. That's what they were saying.
So was it from Capgemini?
Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. In that case, you can ignore this then.
Yeah. Okay, please fill the feedback form also, guys. That is also very important for us. So any change, improvements we can all, it's good for us to know and take it further as well. Yes, and apart from this, apart from the syllabus, what I can tell you is after you're thorough with SAP IS Retail, start working on SAP Car, which is an upgraded form, which is something being as a SAP IS Retail consultant, you should know SAP Car. Also try looking into a lot of material is available as well in Google. So what is Car and all, as we do now, pricing, promotion, everything in IS Retail, right? So all those have been integrated to Car. So Car is something like customer activity repository. So at any, like if you see in your SAP system, I mean in your ECC, at any point of time, you cannot find the real inventory stock, right? Only after end of the day. Suppose at a sale is happening now, if you see your inventory, it will be, I mean, that inventory might not be the real actual inventory in the store, right? Guys, you're getting me? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shilpa.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is nothing. I'm just adding whatever it is. So Car is something which provides a real-time inventory. It's not like our ECC retail. So inside the Car, whatever the promotions and all you are creating as of now in ECC, but going forward, you can create all that in Car system in PMR module and all. And I don't know now, I think you will be working on POSDM or POSDTA, I'm not sure. If you have HANA, then it will be definitely be, I think, POSDTA system, like where the sales come from POS to POSDTA to your HANA system. So that's a few things, that's all. And anything else, what else you want from your side, please do let me know. Nothing, guys, all good.
Yeah, Shilpa, I have one doubt.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, actually, we are practicing present, but this weekend we are must and should and practice all those things we have learned. But we have get any errors, how we contact you in case.
Guys, now correcting, see, errors Definitely you will get it. You have to look in Google or you have to solve on your own. So if you stuck still somewhere else, I don't know how to take it up, but you already have some SME set from your company as well, right? I mean, people who can really help you or working on that. But apart from that, I can tell that Google is always there. So many of your queries will be answered from Google. A lot of material related to IS Retail is there. But if you still find some issues, maybe I'll check with Zishan how I can able to help on that. I cannot guarantee at this point of view.
Yeah, because every day we are sitting morning to evening, no, only for learning. But then after we are try to because the practice purpose. But we don't go to all scenarios complete. Correct, no? We don't have
Yes,
much time.
not
That's why we go for in this weekend. We are sit on all scenarios. We try to maximum we clear it. But we get any errors. That's why I'm asking for you how to the solve that one. If we don't know. That's
okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean to say. All that first thing is if you're getting any errors, you have to check with your friends or somehow or try to figure it out, or you try to go a deep dive into the system research where you are missing. Start from the scratch. So do all sort of your research, but you still don't find any answer, you're still struggling, then we will take up a call how to tackle that. But as of now, I can't guarantee anything now, Veerabhadraya. I'll let you know, but I can't comment now, but I'll let you know.
yeah, Shilpa. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, but see, errors for sure you're going to get. I'm 100% sure you'll get errors. But don't stop doing your research, because every error you are getting, see, the system is something not rocket science or anything. Whatever you are getting error, it will be definitely corresponding to some issue in your system. So go back, go one step below, and go deep dive, and you'll definitely figure it out. That is where you'll feel more happy than you getting answer from someone else. You'll
Yeah,
get interest.
yeah,
So try doing that, but still if you are stuck, we will see how to take it up. Okay.
yeah, Shilpa. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Shilpa.
Yeah.
Shilpa Rizwan, kindly please provide that material so that people can able to.
Yeah. May I know who Priya is it?
Yeah, Matilda.
Metula.
I
Yeah.
think next week candidate will have connected with managers and they will get some final assessment. So before that, if material is with the handy means they can able to understand. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Metula, I do understand that. So what I said to even Zishan is by end of the today, I will upload all that in the drive and I'll share the link with you guys.
Okay. Thank you.
That
Okay.
is already communicated to Sumega also, Matilda. So I have already told
Yes,
her.
yes, Ethan. I saw the mail just for a
Yeah,
reminder. You are in the you are there in the call. That's why I told.
correct. No,
By end
she
of
will.
day.
She is sorting the data because she has a huge data. If that is needs to be uploaded, she can do it in next 5-10 minutes only. But she has to just sort the data based on the course coverage what we have done in past 7-8 days, right? So for that she needs some time. So she will do it today itself. Don't worry. So by late evening she should be able to finish it out, and we will share that link to you, and then you can pass on to the participants as well.
Yeah. Okay, Ethan. No problem. I understand. Thank you.
Yeah. And will you be able to pull Somega here so that we can inform her we have winded the session? Can you just check with her if she's available? She can join for a 5 minutes.
She is in meeting. I will ping with her and give me a few minutes. I will check with him.
Yeah, we'll wait for 2-3 minutes. You just check and come back.
Zishan, she is joining. She will join.
All right, Matilda. We'll wait. So Shilpa, we have covered all the portions, right?
Yes, we have covered all, Zishan.
Take.
So for you all guys, what I suggest is concentrate to be good in retail, concentrate more on master data. That's very important. And then more on your retail pricing. And another important thing here, what you have is, yeah, mostly master data, pricing is most important. And merchandise distribution, it is same like anywhere, only the process wise it's different, but the documents and all are same, like you have same GR document, goods issue, that's it. And CPO is one allocation table. Yes, concentrate on allocation tables. That is also important if you want to be good from logistic point of view. And CPO and physicals. Today, what we discussed, they're not of much great importance like replenishment. I said F&R is already there. That's a separate module, so not of much, but just you have idea. And physical stock also, nobody, not that extent, nobody is doing actually. Yes, I think, yeah, that these things, if you are thorough with the configuration and all, then you are a good retail expert.
Okay, I think we have Sumega here. Hi, Sumega.
Hello, hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Sumega.
Yes.
Yeah, Sumega, so we have completed all the course, whatever needs to be covered. So even we had a QA session, all the participants' question, clarified from Shilpa. And we were about to close. I thought I'll pull you once, before we're wrapping up for this session. So if you want to have a discussion with the participants or a Shilpa, you can do that.
Sure. Thank you so much, Jishan, and thank you so much, Shilpa. I hear from the participants and from our training experts that the session really went well, and all the assessments were concluded as well. There is one final assessment that we will do tomorrow on Monday onwards, Monday or Tuesday. Okay, so that we will take care of. I understand that you wanted to share some. Hey, one moment. Satish wants to join in. I'll just pull him in the call. One moment.
Okay.
Fine, Sumega.
Satish, are you there?
Yeah, I was just concluding one call. I came back.
Okay, no problem. So Jishan just informed us that the training is concluded and the Q&A session also happened.
Very good.
And yes, and I think the session has went well so far. The daily assessments have also been concluded, and we have the final assessment, which is based on the case studies and what all the participants have learned so far from the training. That will be taken care on 6th or 7th. The communication to all the participants will be sent soon. Please expect for all the participants here, please expect messages from me on our internal teams channel on the next steps. Okay, so we will guide you on the next steps after this training. So that's what expectation from participants is. Feedback form from Jishan has been sent to all of you. Please do send the feedback to Jishan so that they can improve the experience or put some enhancement into the future trainings with us or other clients as well. Okay, so yeah, that's it from my side. And Satish, do you have any other inputs?
No, I saw the emails which got traversed today in the morning, so I am fine with it. So guys, wait for the mail for this meeting invite for 6th and 7th from Priya, and then accordingly all the team will take care of the things. Okay. So anything else which we need to discuss, Sumega? Nothing, right? By 7th we are
Just
planning to
one
close
thing.
everything.
Yes. Just one thing is that Shilpa was trying to share some documents, and Shilpa, I think Jishan must have reached out to you. He will give you the OneDrive link where you need to upload it, and then we can pick it up from there.
Yes, yes, yeah, Sumega. That's what I told him. By end of day, it will be done and it will be shared.
Okay, great, great. Thank you, Shilpa. And the learning content, the extra learning material was also helpful. And I'm hoping that all the participants in this call to leverage that content. It's a very nice content, right, coming right from the expert, and that will really help you to work on our projects. Okay, and I think that's it from my side, and we can conclude this call with a happy ending here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sumega and Satish. Just adding to your feedback form, Sumega. Actually, I got to know from a participant that there is one feedback copy sent from a Capgemini also.
Yes.
So now they have submitted that feedback. So will you share me that copy, or should I take a separate
No.
feedback?
That's for our internal consumption. The email that you have, or the link that you have shared with all the participants, it is on the overall training experience as well, right? So I request all the participants to fill up both the forms,
Okay.
because one is for Jishan and team to for their consumption, and one is for our consumption. Okay. Okay, and I hope everyone has submitted or completed their daily assessments. I knew that some people were absent due to illness. I request you all to, whoever was absent, to complete their daily assessments. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it from my side. I think great session, and we can close the call now.
Yeah. Thanks,
Thank
Sumega.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Zishan and everybody. Yeah, guys, all the best for your projects. Do well. Yeah.
Thank you.
all.
Thank you, Shilpa. Thank you,
Use this
Jishan.
Thank you so much,
feedback
Shilpa.
to
Thank
provide
you.
all the best.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.